Hey guys, it's James with AutOdometer, and today we have a 1995 Chevrolet Suburban that I'm going to show you how I detail the exterior of this car. If you guys enjoy exterior and interior detailing videos, consider subscribing to the channel. We have plenty more of those videos coming out for you. Also, smash that like button, that'd be a huge favor. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Right now, I am trying to find a trashed interior and exterior on Facebook Marketplace to do a pretty drastic before and after detail. Before we get started at cleaning this wheel, I just wanted to show you the tools and products real quick that I'm going to use. I'm going to be using the Sonax Full Effect, using a dedicated wheel cleaning brush, a dedicated microfiber hand mitt, as well as a long wheel brush. And then I'll be using the SuperClean degreaser aerosol can to be able to clean the tire, and then a scrub brush for the tire. And then of course I will be using my power washer with a 40-degree nozzle. Now the first step is to spray the Sonax wheel cleaner on and let it sit about 3 to 5 minutes. A good technique would be to spray it on all 4 wheels, and while you are cleaning each wheel in succession, all the other wheels are able to be reacted with the Sonax Full Effect. After about 3 minutes, I saw a deep red color here coming off of these rims, so I went ahead and started agitating with the wheel brush here, making sure that I got into all the cracks and crevices around the tire and on the actual rim itself. And it definitely did clean up pretty nicely, just with a little detail brush right here. You do want to try to get as much of the inner barrel as possible, just to minimize how fast the dirt slings back onto the outside of the rim. Unfortunately, here on this 95 Suburban, the style of these rims really didn't let me reach too far behind inside the barrel. Even the long wheel brush that I own was not even able to fit inside the cavities that well. So I had to work with what I had and get it as clean as possible. I use SuperClean degreaser here on the tires. I also sprayed a little bit on the rims as well, just to make sure that the rims were as clean as they possibly could be. After letting it sit for a couple minutes, I went ahead and agitated with my little detailing brush on the rim, as well as scrubbed with a tire brush to really agitate the dirt. And you can tell after we rinse it off with the power washer here that the white lettering really starts to stand out. I always tried to work with clean tools and rinse my tools off before spreading the dirt from one wheel to another. And that's basically how I clean the wheels. I'll go to the second, third, and fourth wheel and use the same process. I'll be using a foam cannon here to loosen up the dirt before I do a contact wash. I'm using Meguiars Gold Class car soap and conditioner. It says it is able to be used in a foam cannon as long as you dilute it at a 5-to-1 ratio. My foam cannon bottle here is from TriNova. It has 5 notches here, so I fill up the car soap to the first notch. Now a little trick here is I took my detailing brush and popped a hole in it just to be able to control the flow of the soap out of the bottle. Once I filled up the foam cannon with my car soap, I diluted the car soap with water all the way up to the 5th notch. I'll be using the classic 2-bucket method here with grit guards at the bottom of the buckets. I'm also going to be using 2 wool mitts and 1 microfiber mitt. I added 10 capfuls, as the directions said, to this 5-gallon bucket. We have about 2.5 gallons in there, but I went ahead, added 10 capfuls of the car soap, and then rinsed off the cap before I put it back on the bottle. Before I started spraying the foam all over the car, I wanted to make sure that I was able to get as much dirt off as possible, so I went ahead to the driver and passenger side rear view mirrors and turned them inwards, just to get that little bit that was hiding underneath the mirrors. Also, another tip here is make sure that you don't use all of your foam. I was always trying to be conscious of how much foam was actually left in the bottle. Now this foam cannon bottle I have here is designed for trucks and SUVs. You shouldn't have a problem as long as you do one pass on the top of the vehicle, the window area of the vehicle and the lower part of the vehicle. Also, you don't want to miss those wheel arches. Once you finish on one side, head over to the next. No matter which side of the vehicle you start on, you do want to make sure that you start at the top of the vehicle. You don't want to start from the bottom and then have dirt drip on the areas that you just cleaned. Make sure you are constantly flipping your microfiber mitt, as well as dunking it in the rinse and wash soap buckets, just to be able to get off all that dirt and grime from your wash mitt. I'm also switching my wash mitts to the microfiber wash mitt when I go to the lower areas of the car. You also do want to pick up a small detailing brush, not the one that you used on your wheels, a separate one, and get those smaller intricate areas like the windows, the gas caps, the handles, and other areas in the car. Once you've done a contact wash on both sides of the vehicle, go ahead and take your power washer and rinse off the rest of the car. It would be good to start from the top and in the middle, just to be able to make sure that soap doesn't run on areas that you have just previously cleaned. Once the soap is off the car, you can head on to your decontamination step. For the first part of the decontamination, I want to start with a tar and iron remover. I'm using CarPro's TRIX formula, and I'm just doing a test run here, and I'm going to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes and see if it actually does strip some things off. If it does strip off some of the tar and iron filings here on this little test spot, I'll go ahead and spray the whole car. I just don't want to spray the whole car and find out that it's unnecessary. I think a bottle of this costs about $30 a bottle, and I could probably use a quarter to about half a bottle on this whole car. Once I sprayed down the panel, I saw some pools of red liquid going down the concrete driveway, so I was sure that it definitely needed a complete decontamination of the tar and iron filings, so I went ahead and sprayed the rest of the car. The next part of my decontamination process is a clay bar. Now again, I did want to test before I started to clay the whole vehicle. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't claying unnecessarily, because you can scratch and mar the paint with the clay if you're not careful. So I did a little test run here on the hood, and I saw it was pulling off some contamination. So I decided to go ahead and clay the entire car. Now here's what the clay bar looks like on just one side of the car. You can tell that's pretty dirty, so this clay bar step was definitely necessary. After finishing the passenger side of the vehicle, I went ahead and sprayed off the clay lubrication from the car paint, and also I dried the vehicle completely with waffle weave towels to prepare it for a carnauba paste wax. Before applying a thick layer of wax, I wanted to also clean up the windows here, and I'm using Stoner's Invisible Glass. I also crack the windows just to be able to get that little strip of dirt that starts to accumulate at the top of the window. I also, when I crack the doors, I want to make sure that I dry any spots on the door jambs that I had previously cleaned with my steam cleaner. Since I used Meguiars Gold Class car soap, I went ahead and stuck with Meguiars Gold Class wax here. I'm going to add a thick layer of wax all around the car. I also want to tape off the edges just to make sure I don't get this wax on any of the car trim pieces. After buffing off the wax and making the car really shine, I went to some of these chrome plated pieces and used some turtle wax chrome polish to really make them shine. I also have a bottle of this Black Trim Restorer. I know it doesn't have much longevity to it, but it really does make the car shine right after a detail. Also, to finish up the wheels, I'm going to go ahead and add some Meguiars Tire Endurance to the wheels to be able to make the wheels shine really nice. Well, that wraps up this detail. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed making it. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. I like doing interior and exterior detailing videos. If there's anything that I can do better, or if there's anything I missed here on this exterior detail of this 95 Suburban, head down into the comments and let me know what you are thinking. And with that, thanks for watching.